Hello, I am Archivist Aaron, and welcome to my study. And today, we are once again back to The Walking Dead, because I gotta get this finished, so that it's done. I don't know. But I've been thinking a lot about this game, and like, when I played it earlier, I wasn't thinking too horribly much about, like, exactly what had happened and why it happened. But thinking back on it, it's been very weird compared to the previous two games. Because in the previous two games, they were both very similar. And in both of them, I basically had to, like, look back at every decision I'd made, and I was able to easily see how each little decision I made led me to where I was. You know, and if anything bad happened, I would sit there and contemplate, like, man, what did I do to end up in this situation? But in this game, so far, it really feels like no matter what I'd chosen, like, I've been thinking back on each and every choice I've made, and none of them really seem super consequential, you know? Like, I mean, the only one that I can think of is possibly if you choose to go back to the junkyard earlier with the doctor lady. Like, if you get to the junkyard earlier, maybe you don't get attacked by the bandits yet, and thus, or I guess they're not really bandits, they're more cult guys, but, you know, maybe you don't get attacked by them yet, and thus you get to actually save your family members. But I don't know. It's like, other than that, everything seems to have happened exactly as it was supposed to. Like, I think the point that, like, drove the idea home was when we were on top of that wall, and there were all the guys down there that had, like, the hostage, quote unquote, even though we had guns pointed at them, and they had freaking, like, hedge trimmers pointed at her, and it's like, bro, that's not a fair fight. Like, you think that she is the hostage when in reality we have guns pointed at you, making you the hostage? But yeah, it was just very weird. And sitting in that situation, I was like, realizing that none of it really added up, you know? Like, it just, like, why were we there? And why is it that when I shot one of them, that I only shot the one? Like, if you're gonna start shooting a group of people that have a hostage, you don't just go, blam, okay, now it's time to wait. You know, like, and it felt like the hostage was supposed to die there, that no matter what I did, whether I shot or not, she was going to die. And they were gonna get all angry, and they were gonna break down the door, and then we were gonna have to go and find the new frontier place. I feel like that was just, like, set in stone from the beginning. And honestly, that might have been true for every other game so far, but I feel like the other games disguised it a lot better. You know? Like, it just feels so blatant here, where it's just, you can see exactly where the storyline is supposed to go, and that it isn't deviating no matter what choices you're making, you know? Because, I don't know, I mean, I guess if I'd done things differently and been nicer, it would have made more sense that we were at the front gate of these guys, and we're like, oh, we need help, and this person here, they're hurt, have sympathy for us, even though we literally just, you know, started out the game by stealing from you and then killing like a dozen of your people, and, you know, just not being very nice overall. But we're here to ask for sympathy. Like, like, it just doesn't make sense that we're there after what has happened. And yet, for some reason, we are. And that's just the most confusing thing. So, we'll see how that goes. Really, if the dude who, I don't know, was he our brother or something? I think so. If the dude who's the leader of the cult wasn't someone we knew, we should be dead by now. And honestly, they didn't even know they knew us until they walked out of that gate. They should have shot us long before then. They should have seen us walking up to the gate and been like, oh, these guys again, and just opened fire. Like, you know, how do they know we're not there to try to shoot up the place? I don't know. I would expect that we were. I mean, as I said, we just killed like a dozen of them. And then we're at their front door. Like, I'd be like, oh no, they've come to finish us off, kill them all, you know? So it just, a lot of it does not make a ton of sense. And some of it just kind of feels like the choices aren't mattering all that much, as opposed to the first and second game where it really felt like every choice you made had long-reaching repercussions in the future, you know? As even at the start of the game, like, I was wondering, like, if you went with the crazy lady instead of Kenny at the end of the last game, then would this third game be completely different based on, you know, where you ended off the last one? But it doesn't seem like that would be so, because the only even reference of Wellington was just that Clementine left Wellington and we got a little flashback scene of it. So it almost seems like the entire last two games were just kind of, it ended in a culmination of a single flashback or a couple flashbacks in this game. So it's not even saying things that are relative to the story. It's just, hey, this is how Clementine got from where you last saw her to where this game needs her to be now, you know? So I'm guessing no matter what ending you gave it in the last game, Clementine would still be in the same situation she is now in this game. And it just, I mean, that does give me that kind of reset that I was thinking I would have between the first and second game, where your earlier decisions didn't matter because you're now in the second game and they pick things up right from where they assumed they left off. But then I realized that there was a whole save importing thing, so that was a whole mess. But it's like, I don't know. I just feel like this one is a lot more blatant in, you know, kind of a choices reset. Because I'm pretty sure no matter what you did in the first game, Clementine would have survived. No matter what you did in the second game, Clementine would have survived and would have ended up in the third game where she was, no matter what. So every choice before this doesn't really matter in anything other than, you know, you get a different flashback. That's what I'm assuming, at least. You know, sometime later when I replay the first and second games on my own, I might be able to see if there's more long-reaching consequences to the actions that I take, and see if the third game is really affected at all by them. I don't know. But from what I've seen, it just, nothing I've done in this game feels like it had any substantial effect. So we'll have to see from this point on if there's really anything I can change. And, you know, I feel like what Morg was saying when I was talking about having playing these games on stream, and how she was saying that she saw a bit of it and felt that nothing they were doing was substantial. I'm starting to think that she was watching maybe this game, or maybe the fourth one. I don't know. Because the first and second ones seemed like all your choices had substance and really made a difference, but I could definitely see watching this one to be like, yeah, nothing the streamer did had any effect on the story. Like, you're pretty much just here watching it and pressing buttons, you know? But it's still gonna turn out exactly the way you think it would. So, let us continue. I mean, last time we got 2 episodes done out of 5, so we're on to the third one, and we might as well get that rolling, because while I am being quite critical of this third game, I am excited to see how the fourth game turns out, because I can't really, just like I can't assume that this game would be as amazing as the first and second games, I also can't assume that the fourth game is going to be in the same vein as the third one, just because it was made later, you know? So we're gonna get through all this and see from here if my judgments about the game thus far will hold true for the rest. Maybe from this point on, all my choices will be super important. I don't know. I hope so. All right, let's turn on desktop audio because you kind of need that just a little bit. And it's loading.
Previously on The Walking Dead.
Oh boy, previously. We'll get to see all the things that happened that
You don't have to
I feel like I had no control over.
Grandpa is sleeping.
No, Yaya. People's awake.
I don't think he needs water either way though.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Once again, have these guys never seen a zombie movie?
Hey!
I guess there was also a choice.
Put your hands up and close your eyes.
Because technically I could have shot that guy, but then I feel like Clementine would have just shot me. And it would have been game over, try again.
Thanks.
But I don't know.
Oh, shit!
Kate!
And here, of course, as I said, if we had gotten here earlier
Don't!
with the doctor lady,
Hey. What do we call you?
would that
Sorry,
situation have
forgot
gone
to
differently? I
introduce
don't know.
myself. It's Paul, but my friends call me Jesus.
I still don't know why, but
I fucking knew it.
You're one of them?
You're goddamn right she is.
If you want to shoot me, shoot me.
How about I shoot your little boyfriend here instead?
Holy shit.
and perhaps if we handled the quote-unquote hostage situation differently, maybe that guy wouldn't have been so aggressive.
What
I
the
don't
hell's
know.
going on out here?
I feel like he still had to die either way, but
Oh my god.
felicitations, Malfactor. All right, back to loading again. So let's see how this goes.
I hate being out so close to dark. It's harder to see them coming.
We're just gonna get that propane and then come right back.
I saw it in that pickup truck parked down the road a little, in front of the Wallace's house. I just wish there was an easier way to get it, and that we didn't have to risk life and limb every damn day.
Nothing's easy anymore, Kate. But that doesn't mean we don't have to try.
Additionally,
I
it
know.
would be harder for the zombies
It's
to
just
see
hard
you.
to get used to. That's all.
We get over there, we grab the tank, and we get the hell back home. If we're lucky, we won't see a single one of those things.
Fingers crossed.
Because, you know, in theory, I mean, I don't know exactly how zombies work in
There it
this,
is.
but if it's eyesight, then going at night would make it so you're near invisible to them. Because I'm sure their eyesight isn't as good as
Let's
human
dig and
eyesight.
go.
Because, I mean, they're zombies. Oh, yeah, those things are heavy.
Empty.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. God damn it!
Well, that was smart.
Of course it's empty. Why would we get that lucky?
Easy, Kate. Maybe there's something else we can use in there.
I like how she's just like, oh no, it's nighttime and it's quiet and dark and you can't see them coming. I am so scared. And then 2 seconds later, she's throwing giant metal containers like, dang it. Making as much noise as she possibly could. She's like, where did all that fear of, you know, zombies go?
Yeah, okay, maybe. But we came out here for that tank. I just thought, this one time, we deserve to catch a fucking break.
Well, we didn't, so stop whining. It's fine. Oh, would you look at that? Man, if only someone hadn't made a lot of noise.
You're a hammer now!
Oh god. That's
A zombie, yes. I'm glad you noticed. Slam his face into the ground. Yeah, get him. Get him. Yeah, baby. Easy game. Lady, that would have been a lot easier with the
I
hammer.
was just so fucking scared.
You froze. It's
Bro,
okay.
it was a
I
it was
wanted
a
to kill him.
child.
I really did, but I know him. That was one of Gabe's friends. Drew. He was so sweet.
I mean, a
Always had a
zombie
smile
now.
on his face.
Okay. So you recognized him. That's no reason to let him
Exactly.
kill you. And it was going to kill you.
I know.
No, it was gonna kill me. There's a difference there.
I know you're right.
If it's gonna kill her, then you
I
know,
don't even
then
know what to call them.
just goodbye. But
If they're not people, if they're just the dead,
there's zombies.
muertos.
That's what we'll call them.
I thought we were gonna die. I thought Gabe and Mariana were just gonna wake up and we would just be gone.
We
We should get back. We'll just
really
go.
get back inside.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm assuming this is at the start, like way back near the beginning of the apocalypse. I don't know.
I know we all wanted to stay here in the house and wait for David to come back. But it's been 3 months since he drove away with your mom.
Oh, another thing that I feel like has made the third game a bit less engaging than the first two was when the first game started, you go into it with like a fresh perspective because it's the first game, you know, you don't have any idea of what else is going on. You're just absorbing what is given to you. And so you kind of gain that connection with Lee right off the bat because he's just the first character you're introduced to, and he ends up being kind of a sympathetic case where he's in the cop car and he's, you know, not saying that he didn't do it and just kind of accepting his fate with some grace. And so you're like, man, I like this guy. And so there's that connection with Lee, and then throughout the first game you get a connection with Clementine because she's, you know, also there and you're charged with protecting her. And so then the second game is, it's kind of genius to make the second game star Clementine because you already have that connection with the character and then you get to play as her. So that was kind of like a genius move, but I feel like with this game, just introducing like a whole new family that don't have any connection with the main cast at all until like halfway through the first was it episode? Yeah, episode. Halfway through the first episode, you then get introduced again to Clementine, but it's like completely out of context and kind of disjointed from the rest of the story. So it's like for the first while of the game, you're sitting there like, man, what connection do I have to these characters at all? Like, who are these people? So I feel like that was not explained well enough, you know, as to who these people are and why we should care about them, you know, because like, where's Clementine? Why we left her at Wellington? What happened? You know, if I were making these games, I would have still, I would have either had Clementine be the main character of this game or had it so that the baby was the main character of this game, because I mean that would be kind of difficult depending on how much of a time skip there is, but you could also make it so Clementine was the main character of this game and this was like the the game that details Clementine taking care of the baby on her own or something, and then the next game would be the baby is the main character, because then there would been enough time for that to be plausible. But I don't know. It does seem a bit weird and a bit different than the rate that the first two games
What
were
do you
going.
say?
We're not safe here. Not anymore. You and I could have been killed out there. For an empty can. There's gotta be a safer place out there.
Nowhere
Makes
is
you
safe
think
at this
it's gonna
place.
be better
you
anywhere
know?
else. Everything.
The apocalypse. You
everything
can't
outside
expect
this door
safety.
is dead.
Exactly. How long until one of those things gets in?
2 minutes.
We stay. Somebody's going to get hurt. Or worse.
You really think the kids are gonna be happy with this plan?
The kids will understand. And if they don't, we'll just make them see it our way. We have to go.
How come? What if I don't want to leave?
Too bad.
We're safe inside the house. And I bet we can find more food in the neighborhood if we just look harder.
We're tired of being afraid. Every time we leave you guys alone. And it's just getting worse out there. Better to leave now. While we still can.
But what about Dad? What's he gonna think if he shows up and we just ditched him? We might never find him again.
We have to look out for ourselves now, Gabe. I wish things were different, but our safety's more important.
But we're safe here.
No, we're not.
I'm sorry, Gabe, but Javi's right.
How about you guys go and I stay here?
You're a kid. That's not how it works.
Yeah,
I
you would
can take
die in
care
like
of myself.
a day.
If I need any help, I'll just ask my friends.
Yeah, go call up Billy.
Honey,
That Billy guy we just killed.
What?
Why would you tell him about his friend Billy? You better not.
What's wrong with her? Why's she acting so weird?
Nothing's wrong with her. She's just a little shook up. That's all.
Are we shook up or
we
shaken
can't
up?
lie to him, Javi. He needs to know.
Will you guys just tell me what's going on?
It's not really a lie to just
Friend
not
Drew
mention.
from down the street. He didn't make it.
You know, it seems more cruel to just go up to him and be like, "Hey, kid, yeah, you know what? Your friend's dead. Like, I know you didn't ask and probably didn't care up until this point, but you know, we're just gonna make that wound and then put salt in it just because we can." Like I wouldn't lie to him if he was just like, "Man, did any of my friends make it?" We'd be like, "Nah, man, they did." But if he's not asking, why would you just go out of your way to inform him that everyone he knows and loves is dead? Like, that just seems rude.
He turned into one of them. So you understand why, don't you? Why we have to leave.
Maybe they're trying to break
If
his
that
spirit.
happened to you, I couldn't bear it.
They're just like, "Yeah, all your friends are
we
dead,
have to
now let's
go.
leave."
Tomorrow, as soon as it's daylight.
I want to leave him a note.
I'll help you get started. Okay?
He doesn't seem all that distraught
What are we
about his
gonna
friend
tell him?
dying.
I want to say something
That
good.
seems a bit weird.
Something that won't make him sad.
Tell him we'll find him. Somehow.
We
We're
did
all gonna
find him.
See each other again.
Although I don't think he came back here.
I like that.
'Cause, you know, he went to start a cult and all
I'm
that,
gonna
so...
write it right now, so we don't forget.
Of course.
I'll help him. Thank you. Really.
I don't know, at this point in the story, like in this flashback, they both seem kind of the same age. Or close to the same age. But then later on, you know, when she dies, the younger sister seems to be significantly younger than the older brother. So that's kind of weird to me. Of course, I'm really bad at, like, telling age when it comes to people. Like, I don't know. She could be anywhere from like 4 to 11, and I wouldn't be able to tell. My brain just does not work like that. I think it's part of the, you know, broken facial recognition my brain has. It just cannot understand that kind of, you know, visual difference. And they're a similar height, which I think is also partially what's making my brain think they're the same age, because generally, you know, if the older brother is significantly older, he would be a much different height than her. Oh boy, cult symbol.
Dad?
Javi,
Look, we found
is that
him.
really you?
I did it.
I always hoped I'd find you.
I thought you were dead, man. I thought you'd been dead for a long time.
No such luck.
Yeah, not very lucky for
I knew
me.
you were still alive. I knew it.
Hey, weapons down! This is my family!
You gotta let us in. Kate doesn't have much longer.
Jesus. Kate!
David?
I'm here, honey.
Like
I'm
he
right
doesn't
here.
realize
What the
that
hell
she's
happened?
even
She's
there.
been shot. We got the bullet out, but she's still bleeding. We need your doctor.
Like, he gets up to this group and he's just like, man, is that Javi? And whatever the kid's name is? And he doesn't even like realize that the younger sister is gone, or that, well, that was his wife, right? I'm pretty sure. And that his wife is just sitting on the ground bleeding out. He just doesn't even like recognize it. He doesn't take in the full situation. He's just like, Javi, buddy, pal, friendo, good to see ya.
Now, David.
What the fuck is she on the ground for? She's barely got a pulse. She's cold as fucking ice. How are you just gonna leave her here like this?
We were trying to prove that we could be trusted, that we'd follow orders.
That's true.
Anything to get her to your hospital.
You that afraid of an injured woman, Max?
It wasn't her. It was the rest of them.
She's coming inside!
But she hasn't been checked.
Fuck that! This is my wife!
I didn't know. Honest.
She's going to the hospital.
They were the one that shot her as well. Should we bring that up?
Honey, I'm gonna make sure of it.
Wait,
Oh, yeah,
I'm going with you.
You remember your daughter? Yeah, your guys also shot
Sorry,
her.
but the rest of you have to go straight to quarantine.
What for?
All newcomers get checked for bites, and they all have to answer a couple of questions. Our doctor will clear the two of them, but the rest of you have to come with me to the quarantine holding area.
Okay.
Fine. Let's just get this over with.
Javi.
Make my job easy, would you? Listen to your friend.
Also, it's not quarantine if they just check
Whatever
you
you
for
say.
bites. The quarantine is like being sealed off from other
Let's
people for
go.
a significant amount of time so that they can make sure that symptoms don't develop. Or if, you know, symptoms have developed, that they keep you isolated until you get better and are no longer contagious. That's what a quarantine is. This would just be like,
Trip.
I don't know, what would the word be?
Eleanor! When we found the car without you in it, I didn't know what to think.
The engine up and died.
Kind of like a
You
new
helped,
arrival's.
and this happened. I've been so worried about Kate. I told them she needed a doctor. They promised me someone would look into it.
Well, luckily we found her before she got any worse. They just took her to the hospital.
I can't believe no one went to look for her.
That
I'm
is a bit
sorry,
rude,
Javi.
isn't it?
Really, but
Or-
I didn't have any reason
Maybe the patrol we saw out by the car was the people out there looking for her, and they just didn't find her before we did.
not to believe them. What?
The people here in Richmond, their new frontier.
Oh my god.
Oh, you ain't even heard the worst part yet. One of them's his brother.
Is that the worst part? I thought that was a plus.
I didn't even know you had a brother, Javi.
Hey, nobody's more surprised than me. I thought the guy was dead. We haven't seen David in years. It's just been me, Kate, and the kids this whole time.
I don't even want to think about what the odds are, but he did seem pretty damn surprised to see you.
Whoever this guy is, he can't be all bad, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
he
taking
helped
care of Kate,
instead of hauling
so
her down here.
that's
Of
good.
course he brought her inside. She's his damn wife.
You're kidding. Kate is married to your brother? The way you two acted around each other.
Let's
It's
just say
complicated,
it's
I guess?
complicated. All right?
Maybe it's my fault for jumping to conclusions. Makes sense. You'd be so close, considering.
Family drama aside, hope you know I'm not about to make nice with New Frontier. I know you didn't have much stake in Prescott, Javi.
I mean,
but they
is it still incest if they're in-laws? You know? Because he would be her brother-in-law. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if you're not directly blood related, then it usually isn't considered that. It would just be cheating. And very immoral. Although also, I feel like marriages kind of break down when the apocalypse happens. Especially because nowadays marriage is just a legal agreement with the government that, you know, says, hey, we're going to share taxes. So yeah, that really wouldn't hold up in the apocalypse very well. Especially if you think the husband is dead. So, you know, I don't know.
burn that place to the ground for no fucking reason.
After everything you folks told me, I'm guessing I'm not gonna find my people alive.
Probably
Hell,
not.
Javi. They killed your niece. Shot Kate. For all we know, your brother could have been behind it.
Yeah, probably.
And even if
He
it
does seem a
wasn't
little
his idea
unhinged.
in the first place, if he knew about it and didn't stop it,
I hate to admit it, but there's a chance he gave the order. If he
As I
didn't
said,
know
he was a bit
them, if
unhinged.
He was just trying to get payback for what was stolen. It's possible.
What was he like when you knew? You guys
As I
get
said,
along?
a bit unhinged.
He seemed happy enough to see you up there.
It was
Things
complicated.
between me and him were complicated. Some days we'd be at each other's throats. Other days we could shoot the shit for hours and still find stuff to talk about.
so he's a moody son of a bitch, huh?
Yeah.
If your
You
brother
could say
knew
that again.
anything about what happened in Prescott, he's got to answer for it. They all do. I owe that to Conrad. I'm not just gonna let things slide. I've never really been an eye-for-eye kind of man. But people died. We need to even out the scales.
We need to look like we're playing along with their rules.
Yeah.
Go along with what they say. For now.
This is just like when, in the second game, when we got, you know, imprisoned in that like settlement thing with all the bad guys. It's like you gotta go along with it. You gotta make them think you're on their side, and then you stab them. You know.
Then, when the time is right, that's
You stab
when we
'em.
demand justice.
Oh, demand justice.
Hey.
That too. I don't know. I'm a fan of stabbing 'em,
Hey.
you know.
I would have been here sooner, but I had to take care of something.
Sure.
Come on already. Kate's asking for you. Maybe you think it's okay to keep a lady waiting.
Lead the way.
Gladly.
Looks like the rules don't apply to everyone, huh?
That's right. Some people get out of here early. Others stay a long fucking time.
Don't worry, guys. I'll get you
Just
out.
drop it, okay?
Smart cookie, this one.
Cookies.
Javi, just go.
Where did the saying even come from? Smart cookie.
I'll put in a good word for you, okay? See if we can't hurry the process along a bit.
Thanks.
Because, you know, I understand the saying, like, how the cookie crumbles, but since when have there been smart cookies? Like, where did that even come from? The biggest question is, how does the smart cookie crumble? Because I don't know. Is it different to... And is a smart cookie in opposition to, like... Is it the opposite of a dumb cookie? Or just a regular cookie? I don't know.
Go along with them for now? That doesn't sound good. We have a process. Our own way of doing things. Your guys better not have a problem with that. Things don't go well for troublemakers here. I hope that's clear.
No problem. You won't have to worry about them.
Didn't sound that way.
They just need
Troublemakers.
time to get used to things.
I hope you're right.
You literally just destroyed their
Come on.
entire town, my guy. And this guy outfitted trucks to be battering rams that hold zombies in them. Like, this guy's not a good dude. Like, they're not just living in a peaceful society over here, all, you know, sunshine and rainbows. They are actively attempting to destroy other survivor settlements. And that's just not okay.
Where are we going?
Kate asked for you. I thought you'd want to check on her.
I
Listen, Javi,
suppose.
Gabe. He told me some pretty messed up things.
Yeah.
Things I need your help wrapping my head around.
He shouldn't have done that. I wanted to tell you myself.
Bad news is bad news. Who cares who delivers it?
That's fair.
He told me you lost Mariana
Me?
just a few days ago.
I did?
Oh,
That wasn't me.
I'm
That was
sorry,
your
David.
guys.
She's gone.
You need to give some context there. Like, hey, by the way, your
Strange
guys
grieving
shot
for the
her.
same person twice. Like losing something you didn't know you had. What was she like, Javi? She was so little when we got separated.
Before or after your guys
my little
put
girl
a
become?
bullet in her head?
We got along well. Her smile kept me going through a lot of rough times.
Maybe if you weren't such a cult, maybe she'd still
Must
be
have been
alive.
nice. How did she die? Tell me how it happened.
Your guys.
She was just standing there, minding her own business. She just found her lost headphones in the dirt. She was smiling. And then someone put a bullet in her head.
And who might that someone
What kind of animal would
be?
just open fire on her like that?
An animal
Oh, I don't
with your
know.
mark.
My people aren't in the habit of killing little girls.
David, I was
Well,
there.
they may not
They
have made
shot
a
Kate,
habit
too.
of it.
Ask your buddy at the gate if you don't believe me.
Max was a part of this?
The guy's just like, ain't me. Don't you be looking my way. I'm gonna just keep walking.
I need details. What the hell went down out there?
Oh, let
I
me
need to know
count the
exactly
ways.
What happened?
Let's see.
Everything you remember.
I
Bastards
was
knocked me
kidnapped.
out and
That was
threw
what
me in a
happened
truck.
first.
I got away near this town, Prescott. The same assholes attacked us there. Their leader flooded it with walkers and tear gas.
Leader?
A crazy bald guy with a beard.
Badger. What the fuck have you done now? I'm gonna handle that stupid son of a bitch, okay? Do me a
Okay.
favor. Keep this to yourself. The politics here, they can get messy.
I thought you were the boss.
There's 4 of us that run Richmond. You need to impress the other 3. Or you'll be back on the road by morning.
Okay. I mean, honestly, I would take the road over this place.
Try not to stir things up. You and your friends could have a very short stay.
I can be impressive when I try. I'll follow your lead.
Just
Because really, I mean, we have to be here for Kate to get medical care. But, you know, if it was up to me, I would prefer to be alone. You know, maybe go with Trip, the doctor lady, stay with them, go somewhere else. I'd prefer to be on the road than be in a big old cult settlement. Like,
don't get cute.
you know?
I run security here, but it's not like my word is law. This shit with Badger doesn't make things any easier.
See, I knew we should have killed him first.
Who's the fresh meat?
Ava, this is my brother, Javi.
The baseball brother? No shit. What are the chances of you turning up on the doorstep?
My brother talked about me.
All the time at the start.
All good, I hope.
I think you know the answer to that.
Mostly not good, probably.
Ava's my right hand. If there's anyone you can trust in Richmond, it's her.
I don't know, I don't trust her already.
That woman, the fucking soldier. She was the first person I met up with after you and me got separated. I never would have made it without her.
Would it be you and me or you and I? It'd be I. Because at least the way that I understand it is you try saying the sentence without the second person, and whichever one sounds correct is the right one. So, like, if it's before you and me got separated, then just like, oh yes, before me got separated. It's like, no, it would be before I got separated. So it'd have to be you and I in this, case. Not to nitpick about that, but mainly what I was thinking of was, like, how did this come about, though? Like, because he, the brother dude, was at the house with us, right? And I mean, if he went for, like, a supply run or to scout things out, I don't know, why didn't we have a plan and know where he went and how long he was going to be gone? Like, it's just... I don't have enough context to know what happened before all this went down and how he ended up starting a cult.
Gabe said,
or if he even
you went
started
back
it,
to
he
the
might have
house.
just joined it and is now like
At
one
the
of the
start.
leaders.
I'm sorry I never found you.
Did you even try? Yeah, we
We
waited.
waited for you. For 3 months. Eventually, the house was overrun and we had to move. Why didn't you come back?
That's what I'm
Mama and
wondering.
I got routed out of the city on the way to the hospital.
Oh, they
It
were
was long
taking them to
before
the
she-
hospital.
Poor Mama.
That makes sense.
I couldn't get back into Baltimore.
Poor her.
So I hooked up with my old unit. We thought we could build a safe zone
I mean,
outside DC.
she died at the beginning of
After what
the
happened to my
apocalypse.
mom
I'd say that she's
Everyone
lucky.
else. I thought you were all dead. But you were taking care of them, weren't you? Somehow you found a way. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought you had it in you.
The day Dad died, I promised I'd stick around. Be there for the family.
That's true.
Well,
That's what I did.
kept my word.
Yeah. See, I'm trustworthy.
Took the end of the world, but you finally grew up.
It happens. Sometimes it takes an apocalypse. It's just how
This is
life
where they're
works.
treating Kate. Don't get comfortable. We're not staying long.
So, I was just thinking recently, and by recently, I mean while I was playing these games, I was like, man, I could make like a zombie apocalypse type game, but of course it would have to be text based because I have zero art skills. So, and the only game making program that I'm actually at all familiar with at this point is text based. So, it just is what it is. But then when I was like contemplating how exactly I would go about it and like what the game would be like, it ended up being a lot less story driven and more just gameplay driven, and it seems very hard to mix those two. Like, this is a game that is almost completely story driven, where the only gameplay is hand in hand with story progression. Like if you do all the quick time events, you just survive to the next story point and all that stuff. There's no resource management, there's no actual like combat or anything like that. So I was trying to think of something that would be like this, where it's story driven but also has game elements to it, where like there is resource management and you have like food and other materials that you need to divvy up between your survivors in the group. But it gets incredibly difficult to mix that with story because it requires an amount of freedom that the player gets in order to actually have those kinds of game elements in it. And if you give them freedom, then that means that they might go completely off the rails of the storyline, and that would end up being difficult. And I thought of multiple things that I thought would be cool, like, you know, dynamically created scavenging areas, and like each region would have a percentage on it of like how much has been scavenged, so eventually you would just run out of loot in each area. And so, you know, like the amount of loot that's in each house would depend on the percentage of the region scavenged. And so eventually you like start running low on resources if you hadn't stockpiled them at the beginning or something. And then eventually you'd have to move to new regions. So I don't know. I think it could be cool, but it would also be very difficult to like mix that in with other stuff. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just need to actually get around to, you know, getting started on that, because I think it would be fun. Oh, hey, they have beepy machines.
Hey!
Hey, kid. Got everything you need?
Yeah.
That's how you
This
know
place
it's a
is like
real
resort.
a real hospital.
Check it out, Javi. Noodles in a cup.
We need to get you some
Wow.
real food. Stat. Turn you into a soldier.
Javi, I'm glad you're okay.
Are noodles in a cup considered luxurious in the apocalypse?
I'm a lot better seeing you.
Damn, it's good to have you back. Look at this family. Look at my wife. Isn't she the most beautiful woman alive?
Come on.
Barely
The lights
alive.
off, you could mistake me for a walker.
A damn fine walker.
Gross.
I'd have to agree.
The key word being alive.
Gabe.
That's true. That's what I said.
What, you okay?
My...
Shit. I'll get the doc.
Yo, you really should not try to sit up, even if you're
I'm
in pain.
fine. I just needed to talk to you, alone.
Yeah, whether you were in pain or
Scared,
not, do
Javi,
not sit up.
More than I was
You're just gonna reopen
the
your
whole
wounds.
time on the road. Even when I thought I was going to die, everything inside me screams to get away from here.
Yeah, I feel that too.
People are killers. And David?
Yeah, I know what you mean. This place gives me the creeps.
I'm glad to hear that. I was afraid you'd been won over by the security here.
Oh yeah, no, I
It's
love
been
this
you
place.
and me on the road, Javi. That's how we've made it this far. Please, promise me we'll go back to that the first chance we get.
I don't think you'll
This
get a
place.
chance at this point.
It's a cage.
I hear you, Kate, but we can't just turn our backs on this place. On my brother.
Javi.
We have to try to make it work.
I mean, I'm
I used to
more
say
saying
about
that
my fucked up marriage. Guess it still applies.
I'm more worried that he isn't gonna let us turn our backs on it. I mean, now that he has his wife back, it's like he's not just gonna let us waltz out of here. If we try to run away, he's probably gonna chase us down with all of his bloodthirsty cult members. You know?
Whatever. Just please don't leave me alone for too long.
I might have to. Sorry about that.
Feeling better?
How you doing, sweetheart? David reported some pain.
It's less now.
Strange how it just comes and goes.
I think she pulled her stitches when she sat up.
Her stitches?
I doubt it. But pain often comes in waves with abdominal wounds. I'll give you something to take the edge off, in case it comes back. Truly superlative work. I thought I'd have to operate, but all she needed was IV fluids and some antibiotics. How did you find someone with skills like these? A wound like this kills 9 out of 10. Whoever did this really knows their stuff.
We got lucky. We met a group with a medic, Eleanor, just before Kate got shot. The same group in quarantine now.
She's there now?
See,
We
she
should
can be
let her
useful.
out. I'll vouch for her.
He's just like, I want another doctor around here.
I'll have Ava bring her here.
I want to
Yeah,
meet
help
this
help the
Eleanor.
workload.
I'm sure she'll be an asset to our community.
You can vouch for the rest of them too, right?
It doesn't work that way, but we'll make the case for them soon.
Javi and I have to go meet some people now. See if we can't prove he's worth a damn.
We're gonna take real good care of you. Okay?
Also, it especially isn't quarantine if you can just vouch for someone and they're let out. Like quarantine is once again supposed to be for people who are possibly sick or, are sick to be kept away from other people. And so if you're calling it quarantine and then you can just be like, nah, that person's a good doctor, they should be let out early. Like, they could still be sick. Yeah, you don't know. If it was actually quarantine, you wouldn't let anyone out early. Generally, quarantines are 2 weeks because, most, if not all, sicknesses take 2 weeks before symptoms start showing up. So if you just got infected, you would stay in quarantine for 2 weeks and then they would see whether or not symptoms have developed. But it's just like they should really not call it quarantine. Maybe like what's the word? It's like that thing that you go to at school where they put you all in the gymnasium and they talk to you for hours. It's not initiation. It's I don't the word is there. The word is in my brain. It is just not coming forward. I don't know. Well, we're just going to continue. My brain is still going to be cooking on that word for
Send my
a long
apologies,
time,
David.
though.
I won't be able to make it.
Feeling okay?
Fine. I just want to keep an eye on my patient. The others know my vote is with you.
Come on. Remember what I said.
Orientation. That was
Meet
it.
These guys. Keep what happened to Mariana to yourself. Badger is one of my guys, and I will handle him.
Yeah, it seems more like an orientation kind of thing where they just stay down there until they're ready to join the group on a more like moral level rather than actual quarantine, keeping them away just in case they're infected, So yeah, just throws me off that they call it that.
It may look pretty, but it's all sugars. There's no substance.
It tastes pretty, Clint. That's all that matters. Ah, the brother.
Javi, meet the guys. Clint
The
runs
guys.
food production. The crops you saw, that's him and his people. Jones, our bridge to the outside world. She handles contact with other settlements.
Pleased to meet you, Javi. I trust you've been treated well. I
well
hope you
enough.
haven't been handled too roughly. Some of our people left their courtesy with their old lives.
No complaints here. I get that you guys have a way of doing things.
Thank you. We have to be careful. I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah.
We were just about to eat. Clint was trying to convince me of the essential superiority of his creamed spinach over my magnificent Black Forest gâteau.
It's no contest. The spinach has real nutritional value.
Javi, take a look at that table. You tell me what you'd rather put in your belly.
Okay, now I'm a bit biased here. Because I used to go to a place that had like, I don't know, it was like spinach with a nice thing of cheese and like cream and stuff. So I think it was pretty similar to this creamed spinach thing. Which, spinach, very, very healthy. Has lots of nutritional value in it. And the cream would add, the fats and proteins and stuff that you would need that the spinach wouldn't provide. So that is quite a good meal. And if it tastes at least halfway decent, that would be an amazing apocalypse food, especially because I'm sure you could grow spinach pretty easily in these kinds of conditions. So that would be a very good thing. And as I said, I'm biased because I really do not have a sweet tooth. So it's like I like sweet things every so often, like, desserts like cookies and ice cream and stuff, but like this kind of a cake, like, seems way too rich for my tastes, I mean, I'll take the cherries on top. those are nice.
Spinach from Clint's garden, or a baked delicacy by yours truly?
It all looks
Everything
delicious.
looks so good. I want it all.
So polite, David. You sure he's your brother?
Can't
I'll have the
trust a
spinach for
diplomat.
dinner and
Always
the
saying
cake
one
for
thing and
dessert.
thinking another.
You know, I'll have them both.
Please, make yourself comfortable.
They're obviously different dishes, so
We
for different
value
purposes.
straight talk here, so please, forgive me if I seem direct. We're
Yeah, I
usually
like
pretty strict about who
being
we open
direct
our
as well.
doors to. Your brother's word counts for a lot.
Is that so?
The three of us and Dr. Lingard make all the decisions here.
Oh, the
so-
doctor's one of the founding
yeah.
members.
People who
Okay.
choose to stay with us, they have to deal with us bossing them around. Not saying you wouldn't, but it can be an adjustment. Especially for the more independent-minded. There's no structure out there now. People get used to doing as they please.
I always do what I'm told. Ask my older brother.
You're gonna fit in well, Javi. I can see that already.
When Joan and I met your brother, he was trying his hand at fruit.
Fruit?
We found him slowly murdering an orchard on the Shenandoah River.
Howdy fucking ha.
I helped him bring it back to life.
We had a good run there.
For as long as it lasted.
What happened?
What always happens. We trusted the wrong damn people. That's what led us to start this. Wondering what this fine piece of body art is all about?
That looks pretty intense.
It does look painful.
Doesn't it hurt?
It's burned into your flesh. Of course it fucking hurts. It's a sign of commitment, not a Buddhist symbol from your year abroad.
It was a crude answer to a difficult problem, and it hasn't always worked.
Yeah,
Please
I wouldn't
understand.
have gone that
We
far.
had a terrible
I mean, a
winter just after
brand
we
is
moved
just
here.
not
We
the way to go.
lost a great deal.
I mean, a
Loved
tattoo
ones who
maybe,
left
but a
holes in our
brand?
lives.
Like, jeez.
Protecting my people from
Kinda
that
barbaric.
kind of pain, that's what keeps me awake at night. It turned me into a perpetual night owl. I know it's a lot to ask.
I know how you feel.
Gotta make him trust you.
Seeing the people I
You know?
care about suffer,
Then you stab
it's a
him.
terrible feeling. I
We're
just
just-
want
we're just waiting for
shield
the
them
stabbing.
from it all.
It's a noble aim, one worth fighting for.
Because, you know, no matter how decent they seem to be,
What are you doing here?
I sent for him.
Since when does he answer to you?
From what I hear, he's
they're
well
still
acquainted with your
cultists,
brother.
you know?
They exchanged a few bullets outside our walls.
That's true. We did
Is
do
that
that.
right? Is there bad blood between you and Max?
Nothing that can't be worked out.
I want to hear that from Javi.
Let's just say I wouldn't invite him to my wedding.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
wouldn't fucking go.
Good, because I just said you wouldn't be invited.
It would be rude to go if you weren't invited.
Max, how did this start?
Don't look at him. You have an obligation to tell the truth.
Don't we all?
We caught him siphoning gas from one of our vehicles.
Max.
Sorry, David. I know he's family, but your brother's a thief.
Is it true?
I mean, it's an apocalypse. We were scavenging.
Answer her. I was scavenging whatever I could find. I had no idea it belonged to you.
If you just asked, we'd have given it to you.
No, you weren't around. We couldn't have asked anyone. It was abandoned.
That's not all. Rufus said Clementine ran his truck off the road just to break him free.
Yeah, that's true.
A girl we had trouble with in the past. You can always judge a man by the company he keeps. Running with that girl don't look good.
I would say not.
Well, let's judge you then. You got some colorful friends.
So
That's
what
true.
if Javi met up with Clementine? It doesn't mean anything.
We kicked her out for a reason, David. Now the two of them are thick as thieves.
She's not here now.
This is who you're asking us to vouch for, David? Seriously? You know we can't just open our doors to bandits. We're trying to build something different here.
You think I'm bad? You have maniacs running around out there who are much, much worse.
I'm not sure what you mean. We hold our people to the highest standards.
Okay. Your guys literally leave equipment and gas and supplies sitting around unprotected in some junkyard. I show up and am just scavenging like all good, you know, apocalypse goers do. And they get all upset at me, and not only do they hold me at gunpoint immediately instead of talking it out, they also, you know, start threatening me and everyone that that's with me. And then sure, I beat one of them up, but then they knock me out, they kidnap me, take me to somewhere else. And it's like, these people, they're not being held to a very high standard, you know? And why would they get so upset at someone who's just scavenging? Like, it's your fault for just leaving the supplies. Like, if we knew it was your base and went in and beat you up and took your stuff, then yeah, that's a problem. But
You have
there was
something
no
to say?
indication that anyone was there. I got nothing to say.
That's it.
That's right. He knows what he done. There ain't nothing more to say.
It's clear your brother doesn't belong here. Hobby and his people have to go.
You're overreacting. It was a scuffle over supplies.
We've exiled people for less.
Sorry, David.
True.
Your soldiers are already wild enough. We can't add more crazy to the mix.
Take Hobby and everyone
I think
in quarantine
I'm
to
less
the gate.
crazy than
Give
most
them
of
a
them.
pack with a bare minimum to survive.
All right, we're getting out of here. Good stuff. Honestly, that is
Look,
way
we can't fight this. Not now. Kate and Gabe will
way
be safe
too
here. Your doctor
lenient.
friend too. But the rest of you, you're gonna have to do what they say. I'm sorry.
I can't leave Kate and Gabe alone.
They won't be alone. I'll be here to take care of them.
Yeah, they'll be with
I can't help you
cultists.
now,
That's
but
a lot
maybe
better.
I can down the road. Just stay alive. Okay?
Man, but Doctor Lady's gonna be stuck here. That sucks. If only if I could have just left with the doctor and Trip, then that would have been fine by me. But losing the doctor is kind of sucky. I mean, at least they'll, you know, if they fit in with society, the society here, then everything will be fine with them. But sucks that our group is gonna just be, you know, some hobo
You're lucky I
named
don't gouge your
Jesus
fucking eyes out with
and
my
this guy.
thumbs. You hear me, asshole?
David packed this.
He did. They said...
Start walking.
What about Eleanor?
Walk.
Eat shit. Answer my fucking question. God damn it, Javi!
This isn't her fault, Trip. You're mad at the wrong person.
Deserved.
Do not fuck this up. There's a settlement a few miles west of here. Don't come back.
All right, on the road again. My favorite. Not a fan of these, you know, settlements.
Back there? Thought you were gonna play along.
I did play along.
We trusted you.
Everything was going okay. At first. I don't know what happened back there.
Yeah, well, I got a pretty good idea what's gonna happen out here.
Let's just see what they gave us.
Knowing them, it's probably a butter knife and a stick of gum.
They could have just shot us.
More than once.
Oh, how fucking neighborly.
They should have shot us, honestly. None of it really makes sense that they even kept us alive this long.
What's that?
It looks like a map.
Yeah, it's a map
Doubt they give
tied
one
to a
everyone.
bat.
Ava did say David packed the bag.
Why the hell is it tied to a baseball bat?
So you can
David's sense of humor was always poorly timed.
hit things with a baseball bat. Sounds pretty self-explanatory to me. You are here.
There's Richmond. That helps.
Where are all these check marks?
Well, knowing where it is lets us know where we are.
Back there, it's literally 2 inches from us.
Looks like they're expanding. Some of these areas are marked clear.
And then X
Pretty
marks
sure
the
David
spot.
wants us to go there. And if this is us here, then I think we can head along this path. Just gotta head north.
No, which way is north? Did they leave us a
And to
compass?
find north.
Exactly.
We need to find the North Star.
At night, that definitely helps. So let's see. What do we know about the North Star? I know very little about it. That's the Big Dipper. That's the Little Dipper. I don't think it's... Is the North Star part of either of these? I don't think it is. So as I said, I know...
I remember something about it facing toward the Little Dipper.
As I said, I know very little. Facing towards the Little Dipper. So, probably not part of it. So probably this one.
The end of the Little Dipper.
No, that's the Big Dipper.
Oh, so it's supposed to be on the... Okay, well then why did you say it was pointing towards it?
That's it.
You can't have...
We need to go this way.
The Little Dipper can't be part of it and
Not a
pointing
whole
towards
lot.
itself.
Flashlight.
That doesn't make
Not
sense.
enough weapons. No food.
What do you mean not enough weapons? We got a knife, a hatchet, and a bat. It's exactly 3 weapons. For exactly 3 people.
Trip, come on. What's up?
I can't lose anyone else. I'm telling you, I can't. Prescott, Conrad, maybe Eleanor. It's too much.
You won't lose anyone else. I won't let that happen.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Javi. Sorry, man. Rough day, to say the least.
Indeed.
I know you got my back, and I got yours.
Of course.
After you.
All right. We did take the rest of the bag, right? I sure hope so. Or did they literally just leave us weapons and that's it? Just like, yeah, here's a bat, a hatchet, a knife, and a map. That'll get you real far.
I gotta tell you, man. I thought you and Kate were, you know... I wouldn't have guessed she was married to... not you. I ain't judging, mind you. I'm just curious. What's the story?
I don't know.
Ain't my business, I know. But what have we got to lose out here?
She's my brother's wife. She's family. End of story.
Come on, man. You're not a dumbass. When it comes to these kind of things,
I mean,
the
that
story
should
never
have
really ends.
that should have been the end
Not
of the
for
story.
everyone, at least. It's always a mess, ain't it?
What's that?
Who you love, who loves you, if they're one and the same or otherwise. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think it's as complicated as you let it be.
Yeah.
Difference between you and me, brother. Eleanor and I, we were something at some point, but nothing now. I respect her wishes. I really do. I just wish my heart respected mine.
That's fair. Oh, something happening?
Jesus got his eye on something.
Jesus.
What you got for us, man?
Listen.
Tell me that isn't what I think it is.
About a quarter mile out. Heading the same way we are.
Well, we could hit walkers any second. We better scoot.
How did we not see these guys?
Look alive, people. I got him.
We were right to give that guy the hatchet. He knows how to use that thing. Why is my OBS now starting to break? That's just not nice. I'm trying to kill zombies here, OBS. Why you gotta be like that? Oh. Nice, nice.
Batter up, fuckface.
Come on, man.
Nice
Move your
one-liner.
ass.
Good job.
You want a piece of this?
Although I've always felt that bats aren't an amazing, you know, apocalypse weapon, just because they're, you know, hollow. It's not very efficient. You know, size to weight ratio, just not amazing. Oh, hi, welcome back. I don't know why you're here,
Be more
but
careful with this.
sure thing.
We're even now.
Are we? Actually, she's right. Now there's 4 of us. That's 4 is an even number.
I thought you were getting out of here.
I was.
Man, she's good at
Walkers
math.
are everywhere. I had to cover myself in walker guts to get away.
Come on. We're heading to a factory nearby. Should be safe.
I thought you were going to Richmond.
We
Did
were.
your Frontier kick you out?
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. Not one bit.
No thanks to David, and no thanks at all.
David? That asshole's still around?
Yeah.
This is gonna sound really weird, but he's my brother.
How's that gonna sound weird? I mean,
Wait,
everyone's
we're
related to
going-
someone at some point.
David sent you there?
It's supposed to be safe.
Clem.
You can't trust him, Javi. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
This brand is a lie.
They probably, you know,
It's a lie that says you can trust us. You belong.
they probably sent us towards like a giant pit that they filled with as many zombies as they could possibly fit in there. They just mark it on the map and like, yeah, go there. It'll be safe.
They don't care about their people.
They don't care about
promised
anyone.
They'd help him.
I mean, they're a cult. That's how cults
They were
work.
gonna let him die.
Oh boy, flashback again. My favorite. And you know, it might be lagging because I have the Astron's Call server thing on in the background. It doesn't suck up much, you know, many resources, but still.
You need, AJ. I don't care what they say.
WASD. Why am I bringing him in here? Like, if you're sneaking into a place, kind of leave him on the outskirts and... I don't know. It just seems weird to sneak into camp with a coughing baby.
Just like that little guy.
Because, I mean, they're, like, right there. If this baby cries, like, just a couple octaves too high, they're gonna know I'm here. Vancomycin? Let's see, I think this one's the vancomycin.
Here it is.
I knew it. I'm a doctor. I know these
Might
things.
have to be a shot.
Of course. Take the syringe. Gonna need it. Take the vancomycin. And let's get out of here.
Hang in there, goofball. This is gonna get you better.
Okay, but we don't have to do it right here. What? Okay, I guess we're wanting to use the medicine and then put it back.
Clem.
Dr. Lingard, what's the matter with you?
I'm fine.
I don't think he's fine.
Clem, please don't. The vancomycin. That's the last of it. It'll be wasted on AJ. I told you. It could save someone's life if used right.
It's the only thing that can save him.
Except it can't. I'm sorry, Clem. I tried everything. I really did.
This will help him get better.
Nothing can help your boy now.
What happened?
Clem, put the drugs back before anyone finds out you took them. You know what they do to thieves here.
I mean,
There's still time.
but if Clementine
have
thinks
to
that it'll
try.
help, she's got to do something.
Come on, AJ, stop. You need to hold still. Here we go. AJ, shh.
What the hell is this?
Yo,
I
mama.
told her it was a bad idea.
You fucking high again? Pull yourself together before the others see you. Deal with the damn kid. What the fuck were you thinking? You were told those drugs couldn't help him. How could you be so stupid? So selfish?
You stopped trying to help. I couldn't just sit here and watch AJ die.
We stopped because he was a lost cause. That waste? That'll cost someone's life down the road. Someone in this camp. Someone who contributes to our survival.
Come on, David.
What if I did it
She
because
was
I
just
want
trying
you
to help
guys
her
to
kid.
die?
We helped enough! We should have left him out in the woods a week ago!
But look, it's helping.
It doesn't work that way, Clem. You bought him a peaceful moment. Nothing more. I wish I could tell you it would save him, but that's the reality.
Then it was worth it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Without a goddamn thought for anyone else.
Not
We
anyone
opened
here.
our arms to you, made you one of us. This is how you repay us? By stealing? By putting yourself before the group? You're done here.
I mean, you guys suck, so.
You broke our rules, Clem. Violated our trust.
This was about his survival, so don't you dare judge me.
It's always about survival. We have a better chance of it with you gone.
Maybe we should give her another chance.
Don't fight me on this, Paul. You know what Joan would say if she were here. I'm sorry, Clem. You brought this on yourself.
Okay, see ya.
Come on, AJ. We don't need this place anyway.
He stays.
Why would he stay?
Can't take him with you. That ship has sailed.
You're cruel. You don't even want to take care of him.
Clem, he's in no condition to travel.
Let him go, Clem. He'll only drag you down out there.
No! You monsters! What about this? What was it all for? Don't forget, I'm one of you.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's the problem with the brand, is you can't really get rid of it. You know, so
Let
if
her
you
say
kick,
goodbye.
if you're so
We owe her that much.
used to just kicking people out,
You heard her.
you're not really going to be able
Say
to,
what you need to say, then you go.
not going to be able to really distinguish between people you've kicked out and people you haven't, because the brand is the same.
Be stronger, Bob. Be strong for me.
I still don't know how the heck Clementine got mixed up with these losers. I mean, there's plenty of other survivors out there she could have, you know, ended up with.
I thought AJ would be the one. Finally,
The one what?
the one who didn't die.
I can't believe David would be so heartless.
My little goofball. At least he doesn't have to live in this world anymore.
True. Although, if the twists are very, very foreseeable, I assume that AJ is still alive.
This is what David circled on the map.
Though,
Our smelly friends are back.
that's only if it's, you know, very obvious twists that are coming up. It could be that they actually put a bit more effort into the twists and made them a bit more nuanced, you know? Yeah, that's not gonna hold.
If too many of them push against this, it might give. Gotta find a way in.
A door.
I don't hear anything in there.
Good enough for me. Come on, man. This thing ain't as strong as we thought. Hurry it up.
Yeah, I mean, I already knew that thing was super, you know.
Another way in. It's our only chance.
Pick up the pace, Hobby.
Man, if you guys just keep me stuck in cutscenes, you know, it's not gonna be very easy to get this done.
Here they come.
I can... fuck! I can raise it a little, but I don't know, something's wrong with it. Jammed or some shit.
Maybe we can force it open.
We're gonna
If
have to.
only we had a rib separator. Everyone knows that is the #1 device for opening doors.
Well, there's a car with no wheels.
Shit! God damn.
0 wheels and 1 zombie. Okay. Alright, we gotta take this guy out. Schmack. Alright, grab this thing, whatever it is. Some kind of bar or something. Ah, it's the lever for the car jack. That's good.
It's not holding.
You don't say.
Door open.
That's it. Won't go any higher. Everyone get in.
Hobby, go.
Alright, rolled right into a loading screen.
Come on, Trick.
Now kick that thing out.
Hurry! Get that goddamn jack out of there! Damn, man. That was too close.
Man, but what if those zombies learn how to use the
Hopefully that
car
door
jack?
holds 'em.
And they jack the door back up? Then we'd be in real trouble.
Hey, I'm here. David!
Who? David?
Don't you dare let that fucking baby killer in.
What are you shooting at?
Don't make me do this.
Clem.
Don't do it, Javi.
Open up.
He'll die.
I don't care. I mean, okay. Here's the question. Why would he be here? Because, I mean, it's not like I'm saying that the zombies, like, learn to mimic his voice or something, but realistically, I don't want to go back and join the cult. I don't like the cult. I hate those guys. And I do not like David because, I mean, he was already kind of a jerk, and he's a part of those guys, and pretty much one of the leaders. And the leader of the branch of those guys that ended up killing the niece person. So, yeah, not a fan of them, you know? Additionally, Clementine seems to be really, you know, enthusiastic about it. I mean, she just shot a wall for no reason, you know? you don't just shoot walls randomly in the apocalypse unless you're really feeling strong about something. So, and I honestly, I would much rather David die and stay on Clementine's good side than to have it be the other way around. You know? That's just me.
I thought you were a good man.
Come on,
need to
man.
Barricade the door.
Did you let him turn? Tell me!
She deserves an
her
answer.
question. Now.
Yeah, what happened? I want to know.
We didn't have to worry about that.
What the hell does that mean?
He lived, Clem. He lived.
So it wasn't useless to use that medicine.
But how? He was dying. Clem said so.
AJ bounced back. He was stronger than we thought. It was
Yeah.
a miracle.
Does that mean that he's that, you know, one individual that's in every zombie apocalypse?
That's great. Clem, this is good news.
How am I supposed to believe you?
Because there's always that one person that's
Clementine,
immune to the zombie virus.
Please, I'm telling the
Always.
truth.
Where? Where is AJ now?
Except if I made a zombie apocalypse,
I
then
don't
no
know
one
for
would be safe and everyone would die.
But he's in Richmond?
Dr. Lingard took care of the boy. He'll know how to find him.
Then I'm going back.
None of us are going anywhere until the walker's clear.
What's your plan, David?
We used to store a vehicle up this way. Provisions. I came to get you set up.
And?
And say goodbye. I don't want you to worry about Kate and Gabe. I'll take care of my family from now on.
Sure you will.
They'll be safe with me.
You're ditching me?
This is a send-off? You're just seeing me on my merry way.
You think I want this?
Well, you're not doing much to stop it.
I don't see another way.
Oh, hi.
Shit.
Board it up.
Someone didn't lock that door very well.
We need something to buffer. Something heavy.
Your
There.
mom.
Help me!
Is it queuing time? No, it's just WASD time. That's not fun. Come on. Give me some queuing to do.
Wait a half second. Where'd you find this?
Exactly
Over
across the room from the door. Wow.
Show me.
Bro, we pushed it like 5 feet. What do you mean? It's literally exactly, like, I don't know, right next to that box somewhere. It's hard to tell with the angle.
What the hell is all this?
These could come in handy. Don't want to just take them, but...
I might be going crazy, but I think these came from Prescott.
Ah.
That's Phantom Punch.
I don't understand how all this got here.
Like you don't know.
Hey, none of this stuff was here before.
Well,
I don't have a
obviously
damn
they
thing to do
destroyed
with
the town and then
We've only
ransacked
ever
it.
kept a few basic supplies here for scouts, for emergencies.
Your people looted this stuff from Prescott, David.
Come on, we can't know that.
Who else knew about this place?
Your outfit is the only one that gutted my town.
This
Yeah, and why would they
bigger than
bring them
just
to
Prescott.
this
There's spoils from
cult-owned
other towns
place?
here too. Towns I heard got raided a while back. There's stuff here from the kingdom.
Goddamn Fred's really honest. Who the fuck are you, Rodeo? Wouldn't be in this mess if you hadn't gone all trigger happy on David's family.
Take cover.
I wonder what would happen if I just stayed crouched in the middle of the place.
You sure as hell are stupid, ain't you?
You only just realizing that now?
I told you. Joan is on the warpath. Last thing we need is people getting wind of all this stuff.
Look at all this shit. We're frickin' rolling in it.
I'll give you that.
Just glad we found some more smokes.
Why would we
That
say
shit is
something?
the new gold.
Kill them.
Shame you can't take it with you.
Okay, I guess he got the one-liner instead of me.
David?
I thought better of you, Max. I really did.
Why?
David, come on,
He's
man.
obviously kind of a
We're
jerk.
unit. There's no need for...
Stop him! He's getting away!
To where? There's zombies
Get
everywhere
Badger.
outside. I don't see how they could you think they're leaving. Sick dive, bro. Why would I drop the bat? Oh boy, queuing time. Oh yeah, just keep hitting him. Oh. I thought I could just stay there and keep spamming Q and just hit him indefinitely. Coffee mug. Yeah, that would hurt. Well, that's a problem.
Ever since the junkyard, you were nothing but a fly in my wing.
Kick his leg out.
David's brother, I'd have shoved that gas can down your throat and lit you up like a candle.
That's fair.
But this'll do.
Kick him in the shin. Oh, that would hurt. Just hitting that empty bat on the ground. You know? Because since it's hollow, it reverberates quite nicely. So if you just hit that straight onto a hard ground, that just... Ugh.
You took my goddamn guts out.
That's what happens when you shoot someone with a shotgun in the stomach.
This is for Mariana. She was a sweet little girl, just minding her own business.
Not anymore. Fuck her. And fuck you too.
Oh, well, you're pretty much dead already, so, you know, you can say whatever the heck you want. Not really gonna change your situation now, is it?
Get it over with.
I agree with Trip.
Come on. What are you waiting for?
Beat his head in.
We've got to move. No point drawing it out.
I agree. Efficiency. Although, it's not very efficient with, you know... Press Q to keep bashing his skull. Well, thank you for the tooltip there, game.
That's enough, man. He's gone.
I sure hope so. Yeah, no, he's probably... I trust Trip's judgment. You know, if Trip says that he's dead, I'll take it that he's dead. Man, who the heck is, like, oiling up the floor that all these guns just, like, end up sliding so far?
Raiding, looting, you betrayed who we are. You betrayed Richmond.
Come on, David. This is Richmond.
That's true.
What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean?
I ain't got nothing to say.
There's no use holding out, Max. The best you can do is make things right.
We weren't doing it without support inside Richmond.
Kind of BS, because they were supposed to be subordinates
Jo
to
was
him.
in on it. We did it on her orders.
Who was that
She said
again?
we needed it to survive.
Was that the cake lady?
I wanted to let you in, but she told me you'd never go for it. I'm sorry.
It is too late for sorry, you backstabbing shitbag.
Please, don't kill me. I'll help you. I'll tell everyone in Richmond about this. I'll help you get back inside.
Wait. Isn't okay, if the corruption is inside Richmond, then wouldn't him telling Richmond about this ordeal just make things worse for David? And at this point, I mean, I still don't like David, but he's kind of the only one that's on our side about this, you know? I mean, he hates these guys as much as we do, so we don't want David getting outed as somebody who's against the whole, you know, raid and kill everyone else and take their loot idea. So really, killing this guy here is the best option, because then he can't spread word back to the town about David's betrayal, and then David can work from the inside to destroy the corruption. You know? You have a sneaking suspicion the IQ of the people in this universe is on a low side. Yeah. Yeah, they have really bad balance. That is also true. They, like, trip over everything. You remember... I don't know if you've seen this. I know this was before you started watching me play it, but it was so funny in the first game. When you're Lee and you first walk into Clementine's house, and there's that little blood puddle at the start, at like the front of the kitchen. I didn't think much of it because blood dries relatively quickly. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, it's probably been here for a little bit, you know, a few hours. It's probably dry. And even so, blood's not all that slippery, you know? Like, you could step through a puddle of really any liquid and be fine. But no, he walks right onto that puddle of blood and slips and falls over. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, he's just clumsy. But then the zombie thing happened in the kitchen. He tries running out of the kitchen and slips on the same blood puddle again. Because I was like, oh, well, because I slipped on it the first time, that means the second time he'll know it's there, and then it won't happen. It'll be like a cool little Easter egg. No, he slipped on it both times. Like, how do you forget that that's there and slip on it 2 times in a row? It was like not even a minute ago. So yeah, very bad balance, very bad memory, bad IQ, and before this game, they all had very bad hearing as well, because you would talk crap about someone right behind them, and they just wouldn't hear you. It's like, I don't know how the heck that works, but yeah, here I think we have to execute Max. He's I mean, he's a jerk face in and of himself. I mean, whether or not the support came from inside Richmond, that's no excuse for what he did. So yeah, we gotta kill him so he can't tell other people about the whole situation.
Expose her to the others.
We don't need your help.
Yeah, David's gonna be the one that does any kind of exposing once he figures out how deep this corruption lies. I mean, it can't just be her that is pulling the strings here. There's 4 leaders of this place. I would say at least 2 of them have to be on board with this plan.
Where's Lonnie?
He gave
Who's
us
Lonnie?
the slip. Hightailed it back towards Richmond.
Well, that's an unfortunate
If he warns
situation.
Joan,
What about the other 2? Oh.
They're dead.
what? It's good riddance. That son of a bitch killed Mariana.
Did that
I agree.
make you feel better?
Yes.
I wouldn't shed any tears if I were you.
Maybe I'm shedding them for your brother.
You're damn right it did. Bastard deserved everything
I
he got.
agree.
Be careful.
He was a
Javi.
jerk.
Act like a beast. You risk what makes you human. Don't become the thing you hate.
Well,
You weren't there. You don't know what Javi went through.
yeah, and the thing is that beasts don't. I mean, some animals do hold grudges, but beasts aren't vengeance seekers, really. Humans do that more than anything else in nature. So trying to go and get justice for this situation is making me more
Emotions aren't
human.
Picky. They get the better of all of us eventually.
Plus, they're the bad
Sometimes
guys.
there's just no other way to make
They've
things
been
right.
raiding a bunch
My
of different
friend
settlements.
took a crowbar to someone once.
Was that us?
My people need to know about what we
I think it
found
was.
here.
What about your missing friends?
I remember something
I'm
about hitting someone
surprised
with a
you
crowbar.
care. Human life isn't exactly high on your list of priorities. Don't have time to keep looking. They'd want me to get home and warn them. So that's what I'm gonna do. Sooner the better.
Okay.
You sure you'll be okay on your own?
To be honest, I think my odds are better than yours.
All right.
I won't
Good
forget
stuff.
about you. You have my word.
It's a shitstorm out there, man. I don't see how you're gonna make it.
One step
I mean,
at
he's
a
got
time.
skills. I don't really distrust his
We need to get back
you
to
know,
Richmond fast.
abilities out there.
I have loved ones in there.
We both do.
We all do.
I gotta break Eleanor out of there. Once she's safe, I'm gonna tell her how I feel. Hey, you said it yourself. It's only as messy as you let it be. Time to
True.
straighten things out.
That's a
We're
good
gonna need
point.
allies in Richmond. Lingard and Clint, they're our best bet. If I can get to them before Joan does, maybe we have a chance. I know I was ready to say goodbye before, but I can't do this without you. Can I count on you? I won't be able to pull this off myself.
Fine. But I expect first-class treatment when we're done. No more quarantine for me or my friends. Just the red fucking carpet.
Of course.
Whatever you need. Let's just get this done. If Lonnie raises the alarm, they'll be waiting for us at the gates. There's a way in round back that'll get us around any sentries. We can take
Well, that
Edgar's
seems like a
truck.
design flaw.
I doubt he'll mind.
Come on, we gotta get on the move. Herd's
Like,
close.
why would there be a semi well-known hole in your defenses? Like, that just seems like a big issue. You know, when you're making a fortification like this, you want to make it so there's no entrance other than the main gate. It's the purpose of having a defended main gate, is it's a bottleneck for any intruders.
I'm thinking this will go a lot better if we split up. A group this big can't exactly sneak around, particularly if they're expecting us.
Eleanor's in there somewhere. I'm going after her.
Lingard brought her to the clinic. That's your best bet.
I trust the Lingard
That's where
person a
you'll
bit
go to
more
get
than
Kate
the
and Gabe.
others.
Then bring them to my house.
He seems
it's the one with the
decent,
raven
at
on the
least.
hitching post. We'll all meet up there. After I pay a little visit to Joan. Stay out of sight. They'll be keeping an eye out for us.
As soon as I can get Kate and Gabe, we'll see you back at the house.
Roger that.
I'll scout ahead.
And we've had him, quote unquote, meet us at the house
Pretty sure I've
before.
still got some friends in the New Frontier.
Didn't go well last
They
time.
know where AJ's being held. They'll tell me. As soon as I find him, I'm taking that truck and getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, it is very Death
Well,
Star-ian.
You are owed a vehicle.
They're just like, oh yes, our
Keep an eye on
impenetrable
David.
fortress.
I may be playing
Except
nice,
for that
but I'd
one
still watch
vent.
your back.
It's the exact same thing here, just a little sewer pipe. I can handle
Give
him.
me a little credit, Clem. I can handle David.
I really hope you're right. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know, I
Maybe
could beat
he's
him up.
Not the man I think he is.
Although, really, with this doctor and the
See
way
you
he's
when I
set
see
up,
you.
he's either the nicest one of them and the smartest one, or
David said to hang a ride.
he is
up at
the
that
secret
corner.
villain
Seems
and
clear so
he's the
far.
mastermind behind the whole thing. It's one or the other, you know? You can't have both. It just depends on what kind of cliches and stereotypes they're going for. Because usually the doctors end up being evil. It's like, it's just how it goes. Why am I going so slowly?
You know Javi Garcia? Used to play shortstop for Baltimore.
That Javier Garcia? That's who we're looking for?
Yeah, that Javier Garcia.
They're fans.
Anyway, sounds like some paranoid horse shit. Guy's a fucking ball player.
There's the medical center.
He's gonna go ninja his way back in here and stir up trouble.
We go in, we get Elle, we get Kate and Gabe, we get out.
Good plan.
What about our friends there? Doesn't exactly look like a welcoming committee.
All right, let's hang out here for a while. Smoke break.
Damn it. We need a distraction. How's
Throw
your
a
throwing
grenade.
arm?
And blow them up. That'll distract them. You know, if they're in a million pieces. Ooh, okay. Either throw it at window. Might check inside the house then. Or we throw it at this and hope it breaks and makes sparks. But that'll keep them outside. I say throw it at the window.
The hell was that?
Let's check it out.
Because if they go and
Go
try to clear
first.
the house, then this entire street will be safe. If they just go and look at the transformer, that's not going to buy us much time.
Still got it.
Plus, there was a chance that a little rock isn't going to break the transformer anyway. So, no use throwing it at that. Man, we're doing this whole thing in the same episode, huh? I kind of expected they would want an episode to itself with, you know,
Find
breaking
out.
into this
Tell her we
entire
have to move Kate.
got
giant
it.
settlement thing.
I'll meet you here.
Javi!
You might not want to say my name too loudly. I am a bit of a, you know,
We thought you were... I was...
I'm on the most
super
wanted
worried.
list.
A lot.
We gotta
We
go.
have to leave, Gabe. Now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
They said you guys were denied entry.
It's true. We're on borrowed time.
Yeah.
The people who run this place, they're ruthless.
That they are.
We have to move.
Where's my dad? Is he coming?
Don't worry, buddy. We're gonna go meet up with him.
Excuse me?
David has
He's
a
in
house
on
in
this.
town. He thinks we'll be okay there.
Then let's go.
Wait, Javi? While you were gone, this woman,
Oh,
Joan,
no.
came by.
Not her.
I felt like she was sizing me up. It was creepy.
She is creepy.
She implied David was in trouble. Like, he was no longer in charge.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
She kept saying Gabe and I didn't need to worry, but it only made me worry more.
Joan's been running this place behind David's back. She's pulling the strings.
What do you mean?
The people who shot you answered her. She ordered raids on other settlements. We found all this stuff from Prescott.
She was behind Prescott?
Well, she was
David's
behind
rounding up
the
allies to
destruction of it,
confront
at
her
least.
Right now.
Javi, I know you wanted to try it here, but this isn't our fight. We already lost Mari because of these people. Now, the whole place is about to become a war zone.
It's David's fight, Kate. And we're in it with him.
He needs our help. Kate, come
You're
on.
not hearing me. This is not our problem.
What's going on? Tripp said we had to move to David's house.
We're not doing that. We're getting the fuck out of Richmond before it's too late.
I mean, I
Getting
don't
out?
trust David either, but
You shouldn't even be sitting up.
What? What about my dad? We can't just leave him.
Gabe, we don't even know who he is anymore. We
That's
have
true,
to get away
but-
before he gets us all killed.
he was betrayed here
But
too. He's the most
he won't
trustworthy
know where we
person at this
are.
point.
Again.
I can't go back to how things were before. I'm sorry. I just can't.
No, that's a tough one. Because she's right that David's kind of a jerk, but as I said, he was betrayed as well in this situation. And, you know, the enemy of your enemy is your ally. So until we get this whole Richmond business dealt with, I kind of want to stay on David's good side. But, I don't know. It's just, it's a whole mess. Also, I gotta say, if this was the first or second game, choosing to not open the door for David would have most certainly gotten David or someone else killed. Like, this game is very, you know, story oriented in that it does not let you go against what needs to happen. That's why they had, you know, good old Jesus there to open the door for us. Because they're just like, nah, he can't derail the story like that. Go in there, Jesus. Fix it. But I would say for now, we just got to stay with David. I mean, where else are we going to go? Especially because David is, you know, confronting this greater power type enemy. You know, and I want these cultists to be dealt with more than anyone. I want them to pay. So, you know, if sticking with David gives us more of a chance to beat this place into the ground, then that's what we're going to do. So I think we're
gonna
gonna
go to David's house.
Javi,
It's the best bet we got. It's all we got.
Plus, I mean,
I've
he's
got a
your
gun in the room
husband,
they
so
gave me.
why
Sounds
is
like we might need
she
it.
being all upset about it?
I'll come with you. We'll catch up with you guys.
Sounds
You'll
good.
maybe actually tell him the truth about how you feel about him for once.
don't.
It's okay, buddy. She's mad at me. Not you.
No, it's not that. It's... You'll think it's stupid.
I think
What's
most
up?
of what you do is stupid.
I just wish Clementine was still with us.
We ran into her.
That's
Really?
not stupid.
I hope she came back with you. I wish she was around.
Oh, she's somewhere.
I know.
Probably causing trouble
she's
around
tough,
here.
but I don't know. Be nice to hear she's all right.
If we run into her, She could really use a friend right now.
Yeah. Me too.
We need to go. Okay?
Okay.
You know this is what David lives for, right?
What?
A brawl. I only ever saw him truly happy when he was talking about being at war. The world going to shit? I guarantee that was the best day of his life.
He definitely could get pretty warlike from time to time.
It happens.
Jaw still aches occasionally.
No, I'll bet it does.
Took your damn time. Come on, we have to hurry.
Wait a second. David told us to come here.
He's talking to the others now. Trust me, shit's about to fly. He's gonna need our help. We gotta get on the move. He's waiting for us. There's no more time to lose.
Get them to safety first. Then we can go.
This is the best way to protect them.
Okay.
They'll
It
be
doesn't
safe
seem
here,
smart,
don't
but
worry.
I'll come back for you. Both of you.
You better.
yeah. Yeah, Gabe is definitely he's very like bipolar. Not like the disorder, but like just the way his brain works. It's all one way or all the other way. Cuz he is just like sometimes he's like, "Oh gosh, I hate my family and
I
everything
don't let you tell
sucks."
David. If this is about your brother,
Don't
And then
pretend
the second
like you don't know what.
Then like the second that the dad comes back into the situation, he's just like, "Oh my gosh, family's like everything to me now." Like, "Oh my gosh." That's like totally my entire personality, you know? He just keeps jumping back and forth between those. Cuz yeah, at the start he was really not having it. He was not interested in anything to do with his family at that point. And then now he's just like, "When will dad come home?" He's very weird. He's kind of a weird character.
This is about.
And he's
You've
not
got a
very
lot to
useful thus
answer
far.
for.
me, you must be joking.
He's really gotten us into more trouble than not.
And Gabe?
Safe.
I knew I could count on you, brother. We're gonna fix this. Together.
Of course. Kate and Gabe are safe. I got your back.
Thank you. It means a lot that you do.
What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, I still don't trust you, David guy,
We're just
but
getting
you know.
started.
And despite what we all agreed, you smuggled your brother back into Richmond.
That's not really the problem
what
right
happened
now.
to you, David? It hurts me to see you betray your own people.
You're one to talk.
We used to be so close.
Oh, you're one to talk. If anyone betrayed Richmond, it's you, Joan.
What are you people talking about?
We did bring
So
proof,
this
right?
is your play? You think you can pin this mess on me?
What
Yeah.
mess? Would someone please explain what's going on?
I can.
Lonnie?
Go ahead, Lonnie, tell us.
They attacked us. Murdered Max and Badger.
That is true.
You son of a bitch.
They would have got me too.
You're welcome. That's
Was lucky.
We did
that's
you a
the best
favor.
way to
Those
say it.
bastards deserve to die.
What? Those are our people you're talking about.
They were
You
attacking
think they are.
other settlements, killing and looting on Joan's orders.
Is that true, Joan?
It's nothing but a smoke screen.
Sure,
A
sure.
pretty damn transparent one, if you ask me.
I mean, smoke is
Lonnie.
usually pretty transparent.
Please tell me this isn't true.
You do know that
We did
Lonnie's...
that. Raided those communities. Hurt those people.
Yeah.
Because David told us to.
Now that's a lie.
Not Joan. I'm sorry, David. I can't do this anymore. I can't hurt anyone else.
This is wrong. I am asking you, please, Tell them the truth.
This is bullshit. He's covering for Joan.
David, just stop. We knew this couldn't last forever. We confronted him. Me, Badger, and Max. We were
And
done.
so, was it also
We let
on
him
his
know.
orders that they killed his own
He
daughter?
said he didn't need us anymore.
Because that seems like a bit of a plot
Not
hole
with
to
his
me.
brother here now. That's when Badger and Max.
That's enough.
David, stop.
Paul, you have to stop her. Or the blood from those raids, it's on your hands. Don't let Joan get away with this. Paul!
She's working you like a puppet, man. Can't you see that? Don't let yourself get played into doing something you regret.
Maybe we should sleep on this. Give everyone some time to cool down.
No.
Give people time to get to more evidence.
Don't try and drag him into your mess. The things you've done, they're an assault on what we built here. You and your brother, you're going to have to answer for them.
I still have friends here. Allies. This won't stand.
You brought this on yourself, David. I'm sorry to say it, but you're done here.
They were our family, David. How could you?
Yeah, I'm really glad that I hit that guy in the face earlier in the game.
I'll give you family!
Alright. Only a little less of a hothead than Gabe. That's true. Once again, why does this not do its thing? Refresh. Sad. Yeah, every other one of the games was able to connect to this, and this one just cannot. I don't know what that's about. Unless it's saying I need a Telltale account or else it can't, you know, show it. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's trying to say there. But I'm not going to make an account just to see the choices that happened in-game. When the previous games I was able to see that with no extra account stuff. Computer says nope. It's true. It does say nope. So that was interesting. That was a whole mess. You know, and these people, they were willing to just have a whole court thing with zero evidence. Like, we didn't take anyone to the warehouse thing to show them all the pilfered supplies. Nobody had any evidence of who was giving the orders of these things. It was just that one dude's testimony. And so it's like that, especially because he's directly involved, you can't trust his word. This is a very badly managed court of law here. So, but does Telltale still... I'm pretty sure Telltale still exists. I mean, it was a pretty huge company, wasn't it? I've heard of a lot of, like, a ton of good things about Telltale games. So I'm pretty sure they still exist. Should I look that up? Did Telltale shut down? I don't think it did. Let me check, because that would explain it. You know, why the servers would be unavailable. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Apparently Telltale's did indeed close down. That is really weird. As I said, I have heard of a lot of their games, and I thought they were, you know, doing perfectly fine. But it says they actually closed as a studio in 2018, which, funny enough, was the last time, like the last Walking Dead game, the fourth one, was made in 2018. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And that has some interesting implications, because was it just like a, you know, thing that was never going to get finished? Because I remember in the first game it was like, oh, you got the, what was it, like 400 days DLC extra episode thing, I wonder if that was like a defunct thing where they were planning on doing that, but then they got shut down and it just never came to fruition, or if a different company has now taken up these titles and this franchise and was now making a DLC for the first one. I don't know. But either way, that is pretty weird. Very unfortunate, though. I've heard a lot of good things about Telltale games, and honestly, the first 2 Walking Dead games were real good, so quite sad that they're not going to be making stuff anymore. But of course, these are the first, you know, games of theirs that I've ever played, so it does exist, though. Oh, maybe I just haven't bought it. That makes sense. So yeah, that is weird. Because when I was on there, it said coming soon, I think. So it wasn't just like, go buy it. It was like, you know, it'll be out soon. So I kind of assumed they were still working on it or something, but I don't know. Maybe I just missed the part where it was telling me to go purchase their stuff. I'm not certain. But either way, I think, you know, that'll be it for today. And I'll probably finish this tomorrow with, you know, we just have the 2 episodes left. So it shouldn't be a problem to just finish those both off. So long as they're, you know, the similar amount of time as the rest of the episodes. It's a bit buggy. Yeah. Alright, well, let's go to this screen. Very nice screen we got here. And yeah, we'll be back to this. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for showing up again. I always appreciate it. So yeah, goodbye.